Looks like we are live. Idiot of the day, Jeff here. Commit Don't Quit Tube Tuesday, episode 3. So, anyways, this is our different backdrop that I was saying. I said that yesterday we were in London, and today my wife says it's Bora Bora. So hopefully you can hear us okay, and the audio is okay. And I guess we'll be a few minutes having a few people come in. Notifications, it just takes a few minutes for that. So hopefully everybody is having a good Tuesday. And you know what? Yeah, it's Tuesday, so what are we going to talk about today? We'll see. We'll get a couple people in here and we'll talk to everybody here. Steve Believe Guitar. Hola, Steve. It's good to see you, my friend. Nice to see you. I will just minimize that to have the chat there so I can bring it up if I need to. Does it look okay, Steve, today? It's a different location. We're in Bora Bora, Steve. Does the still sound okay? I've done a lot of research. I've been talking to my brother and trying to see about the audio. I turned the audio down because it was so tinty yesterday. I noticed on the playback. I've turned that down, and the audio going out, I'm just curious. We did some research through YouTube, and somebody's saying that we should check some kind of component settings on the Blue Snowball. I might talk to you later about that, Steve, because when you do that, you have to disable something in Windows. I'm very kind of iffy on doing that, so I might ask you about that, Steve. Fish Keep in Jamaica. Raleigh, how are you? It's good to see you. Hey there. Desmond's Daughters, Dave. It's good to see everybody. Nice to see you. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. Steve, you like the location. It's Bora Bora. We've traveled to the South Pacific now, and you know what? We went from up in the UK down in the South Pacific. Dave, how's this? Is this better? Literally behind us is London, and behind that is the kitchen. So yeah, we've changed it up. So every couple days we'll have Bora Bora, and then we'll have London. Just it removes the kitchen completely. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Steve says he likes the location. Desmond's Daughters, that's better, much nicer than London. Oh gosh, Dave, I love it. Yeah, I know. You can actually see probably what it is. Hey, I'm not going to touch it because if I touch it, it will move. But yeah, it's. I need this, I guess, be as close as possible to the mic. So as long as that works, that's what I'll do. Desmond's Daughters, audio is good here. Good. Yeah, the fella that I did research with, he told me to go into Windows to the property settings of the microphone. And he says go into something called HID Compliant Consumer Control Device and disable it. And that will fix anything. Because something with the USB, is it 2.0 and 3.0 or something with the USB? And with the Blue Snowball, by disabling this HID Compliant Consumer Control Device, it's supposed to fix it. But I'm really iffy. All the reviews say if you do that, your webcam may not work, your keyboard, your mouse, and it's a little bit difficult to get that up and running again. So I'm kind of hoping to maybe try to figure it out a different way. Audio is good. Okay, thanks, Steve. Dave, appreciate it. Alex Lopez. Hey, Alex, how are you? It's good to see you. Alex, we've traveled. Yesterday we were in London, England, and today we are in Bora Bora. No, just teasing. Literally, my wife, Jo, was tired of everybody looking at the kitchen all the time. She says, get rid of it. So, yeah, we've just got different backdrops. It's just images and stuff, that's all. But, yeah, just different to try to remove the kitchen. That's all. Gosh, Fish Keep in Jamaica, Erie. Alex Lopez says, how are you, buddy? I'm good. I hope you're doing well, too, Alex. I hope you're well. You know what? I don't know what the weather's like down your way. The snow's melted. It's a little gray today, but it was what was it? I think it was about +7, +10. So that's just about close to 50 some degrees or so. Excuse me. So it's quite nice. The snow's melted away and we're all good. Steve, believe idiot of the day. Let's hope it's fixed. I hope so too, Steve, but I didn't actually disable that device because I'm afraid if I do, I'm going to have to look into it a little bit further because if I disable it, everything could be shot on this. So I'm just kind of curious. But it says it has something to do with the USB, not the ports, but the way you plug it in. If you're using 2.0, I guess, or 3. Whatever it is with USB. So I'm going to have to look a little bit more into that. Alex Lopez says, awesome. Good. Dave Desmond Donder says, an explanation of the British geography is in my waffle. What is it? Waffle video tomorrow. Okay, sounds good, Dave. Sounds good. Razorama videos. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Thanks again for coming. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see. Minus 23 last Wednesday and almost 60. Exactly. What's that, like 83 degrees? Isn't that crazy, Alex? That is nuts. That is, it's crazy. My wife was saying the same. Someone was saying the other day, was like a week ago, was minus 50 in Chicago. And then the other day was like plus, back up to 50 degrees. That's 100 degrees. What a craziness. I've never heard of anything so nuts. But, I mean, what are you going to do? This weather. But, anyways, how's everybody's day doing? Let me just check a few things here. Steve says, idiot of the day, I found that I always have to use the same USB port for the microphone and for the webcam. Otherwise, everything goes bad, and I don't know why. Yeah, Steve, I've been using the same port, and that's when I run into the same problem. So I've switched to the actual port. I forget, we have a ton of ports, USB ports in the back. There's quite a few things plugged in. And then we have two USB ports in the front of the computer. So I've actually switched it to the front, hoping that'll fix it. But if it does go out, let me know. What I'll do is I'll test, maybe later today I'll disable that component device or whatever it is, like it says to do. And it's supposed to fix the issue. It's Microsoft related. So I'll try that, but I won't do it while I'm live because I'm afraid if I do that, everything shuts down and I won't have use of the keyboard or mouse. So I won't do it while I'm live. Literally, my brother sent me a message on. He sent me a text, said, check this out. So I checked this young fellow out, and he seems to know what he's doing, and he seemed to be bang on with his explanation. So I'll see if that works. Suresh, Music and Blogs. Hi, Suresh. How are you? Dr. Fish, hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate it. You know, if you're new to the stream, it doesn't look like anybody is here, but my wife always says to say it at the beginning, get it out of the way. Anybody that's new to the stream, if you're new, if you do consider subscribing, there's a red subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. If you hit that, there's a bell. You get notified for notifications for live and for video. That's that done. How's that sound? Anyways, it's good to have everybody here. I appreciate it. And if there is anybody new that you see that you don't know, if you check their channel out, if you like what they're doing, please leave them a message. Because sometimes, you know what, after a stream, you're like, somebody added me, but I have no idea who it was. So if you let them know, you know what, that way they can check you out too. Because sometimes, you know, people are busy while they're in the midst of stuff, and they don't find out till later. So if you leave them a message, it gives an imprint. That way they can check you out. They can always come back later or in the next couple days and stuff. Because you never know. You know what? Your next biggest interest could be something you had no idea. I found the same. There's a lot of things that, you know what, I had no idea even existed. And then, you know what, you go to some of the streams and you find a lot of new people, a lot of different channels. Sometimes you find out some interesting things that you're quite interested, you had no idea about. Anyways, there we are. Steve Leaf says, idiot of the day, I took a picture of the laptop with everything plugged in order to remember what goes where. I mean, once everything is 100% working on OBS, you could do the same. Yeah, I think so too, Steve. I think so too. Dana1, hey, how are you? It's nice to see you. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Hope everybody's having a good day. I really appreciate, you know, I say it every time, but I really appreciate you taking the time. You know, you don't have to come, so I appreciate you even dropping in for a second. My wife always says, you know, the beginning and the ending. It doesn't matter if you hear the beginning, middle, ending. Whenever you hear it's the perfect time. So anyways, thanks for coming. I do appreciate it. And like I said, nobody ever has to say, you know, I'm going. If you have to go, you know, we all have things to do. I know I do a ton of times too. So if you have to go, no worries. I'll see you again. But I appreciate everybody for coming. Thanks again. Dana1, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. It's it's Tuesday. It's not Monday anymore. Oh gosh. Dana won. Alex Lopez and everybody else. You like the new backdrop? You know what it is? Joe got sick and tired of showing the kitchen. On the weekend, I did a stream for my GoPro, a live stream, and I was so happy with it. Joe was upstairs getting ready. We were gonna go out, and I go up and say, "Did you see it?" She says, "I saw it," and she had this like deadpan look on her face. I thought, "What's wrong?" I said, "What's wrong?" Anyways, everybody always sees the kitchen, everything's fine, but they never see. We're in a townhouse, so you never see the living room. It's not that it's a mess, but we have kids and that. You never know. Sometimes they could leave their toys, their video games, or whatever, their blankets, all that stuff. Anyways, the living room was a little bit of a tornado went through it. So anyways, when I was doing the live stream with the GoPro, I was walking when I thought, oh, this is fantastic. It's looking great, not paying attention to what's around me. I went into the living room and there was things like the kids had left this. I had left this. Needless to say, my wife said, if that is ever shown again, your YouTube channel ends immediately. So she says, figure it out. You have 24 hours to figure something out. So Sunday night, we did a few things, and we got a couple different scenes for the background. That's all they are, just scenes for the background. We have, I don't know what this is. It looks like a tropical scene of some sort. My wife says Bora Bora or Fiji or Tahiti or something. I was like, oh, maybe it's the Caribbean. I have no idea what it is. It's just a backdrop. Yesterday we had London, England. Today we have, I'm calling it Bora Bora because I don't know what it is. But just something to liven up. And as she says, not to show the kitchen. Let me well fix it. Jeff, moving the port that it is. I use USB converters to interface my ham radios, and the USB microphone will not work in certain ports when the radios are plugged in. Yeah, Desmond's Donders, Dave. They are saying something about some kind of hub too to plug in. I really have to look at it, but I guess it depends on the USB and stuff like that. So I'll have to look a little bit more into it, but we'll see if we can get it kind of resolved. But hopefully, if it does go, just let me know. I will literally unplug it, plug it back in. But literally, knock on wood, everything's fine. So yeah, well, we'll see what happens anyways. It's good to see it all. Whoops. Wow, that was different. That was different. I've made the screen like three. I've got 3 screens now in front of me. How did I do that? That is the weirdest thing. No idea what I've done. I have done something. That is fantastic. Yeah, literally, I hit a button, and now I have 3 screens. I had 1, and now I have 3. And I will have to figure this out after I'm offline. Mr. Techie here, right? Yeah. Flyer FPV, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm not trying to miss anybody. I started rambling, and the next thing I know, I'm almost 15 minutes in. It's good to see everybody. I appreciate it. Check each other out. That's correct, Suresh. If you don't know somebody, leave a message on one of the videos. That way they can check you out. Okay, I think I'm caught up now. I just need to go through the rest here to see who else we have here. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. Hi, it's good to see you. Everyone, you're in Bora Bora. I see. Literally, you know what? This is just something so you don't see the kitchen. My wife had a fit. Joe, if everybody knows Joe or Jojo, she's a great woman. But, she puts up with a lot from Goofy me. And she says, enough. I don't want everybody seeing the... if there's a mess, if the kids left some, I don't want it to be showing on video all the time. I said, no problem. So, that's all it is. It's just to try to... You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, that Flyer FPV is, like I said, it's just... so my wife has a little assurance that it's it's not as maybe what some people have. Some people have the OBS doing it with Streamlabs and Elements. I love it to work. I can't get it to work. If somebody could help me with it, I'd be grateful. But I can only get OBS to work this way. So I've just put a backdrop scene in. It's not an overlay. It's just an actual image in the background. That's all. So we don't see everything. That's all it is. But I like the overlays, and if I could use that, I would. But I don't know if my computer can take it. That's all. Recycle Dude, Eric, how are you? It's nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. I know you're busy and that, but I appreciate everyone. I can't speak today. I appreciate each and every one of you coming. I really appreciate it. I really do. Let's see here. It's Bora Bora. Yes, lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. I don't know what it is. It's just some kind of island setting. And oops. Oh, there we are. We're back with the whole image now. That was strange. That was very strange. There we are, Mr. Technical, aren't I? Okay. There we are. Holes for Fishing. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. You know what? I've got 2 streams running, and I think I'm all good now. I'm all good. Alex Lopez, if you had music and a tropical drink, you would never know you're home. Oh my gosh, Alex, I'm so afraid. You know what? I know a lot of people use music, and I would. Some people said, oh, use this. I'm so afraid that if I put something out there, I'm going to get a copyright. And I don't know, other than going to YouTube library, which is good. I have no problem. That's what we've used in like videos that we've made. And you know, no problem. But I would like to have some kind of music, but I honestly just don't know enough. Like I said, talking to somebody might help me, but I don't know enough about it. So that's the only reason. But yes, I would love music with me, and a Mai Tai or some kind of like cold drink or something. That'd be amazing. My wife would be a little upset if she had to go to work only for that. Archie Homestead, hi, good morning, all on the chat. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming. Jerry, can't speak, can I, Jerry? Jerry's Adventures. Hey, we are on snow day. Oh, are you really? Wow. Now, Jerry, it's so funny. You know, last week we were in minus whatever here, and now it's like plus, it's almost plus 10, I think, here, which is close to 50 degrees, I guess. So, yeah, we're, no snow. It's pretty much 99% melted away. I like the background. It reminds me of Belize. RG Homestead at May. I don't actually know what it is. We did get 2 different settings. London, England, and we're calling it Bora Bora. We just don't know what it is. Some kind of tropical island, that's all. Abandoned City Camel Crew Explorers. Hey, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you. Thank you very much. Walker fam, hey, what's up? It's nice to have you here. How do you like Bora Bora, Walker fam? It's as close as I'm going to get to Bora Bora, or wherever this is. It's nice to have you here. Jerry's Adventures looks nice and warm. Oh my gosh. I'm actually kind of warm. As you can see, I got a nice big bright light hovering over. And actually, I usually have a light in the back part of the kitchen, but when I light up, you can see the London image behind this. So I just cut it out completely. Oh, Suresh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dave Megan, how you doing? Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming. Hope you can hear me. But like I said, if the sound audio goes out, holler. I will literally be, like I always say to everybody, in case somebody's new in the chat and the audio goes out, we will be back. It sometimes goes out. It's a USB function or something with the mic, I think. I unplug it, plug it back in. Within 20 to 30 seconds, we're back. So knock on wood that it works. And but if it does, just for you to know, I will be back. I won't go anywhere. It's just the audio will be a few seconds. GeoJared says, yeah, we got to trace the snow. Yeah, I took the dog out first thing about 6 o'clock this morning to do her business outside. I was like, yikes, there's nothing out here. I mean, literally, we live in a townhouse, and literally our front yard, if you go down, it drops down 20, 30 feet to a big hill. A lot of the kids in the neighborhood go out there and toboggan, because it's a huge hill and stuff like that. But Nature Nerd Outdoors, oh my gosh, you're 10 away from 10-10. That's awesome, Nature Nerd Outdoors. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yes, thanks, Steve. Welcome, everybody. Yes, thank you very much, Steve. Much appreciated. Let's see here. What do we have? Walker Fam says, hey, all. Nature Nerd. Yes, Nature Nerd is doing well. Everybody, it's great to see everybody. It really is. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. This is our first day of snow in Portland, Oregon. We've been having great sunny, warm weather up until last night. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. You know who I think is now in Portland, Oregon? I think he moved back home. Was it back in December? If you know Nightshade, he was living down in, I don't know if it's north or southern part of California, but I think just before Christmas, he's I think originally from Portland, but he's moved back to Portland about 6 weeks ago or so, 6 or 7 weeks ago. Yeah, Steve, like you're saying, lovely Lisa Warrior Queen, the weather is unpredictable, isn't it? It's crazy the way it's been this last, really the last couple weeks, last month. It's nothing like we've seen. Look at the cool weather here in North America or wherever in the world, and then down in Australia. It's been what, almost plus 50 Celsius? I think it was like plus 48 or plus 49 they were saying. That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. GeoJerry's Adventure says, lovely Lisa, close down the PDX area to a trace of snow. Wait, oh yeah, the ice is killer. Oh gosh. Abandoned City Camel Crew Explorers, Eddie the Day, like to thank you for keep coming Oh, no, no worries. You don't ever have to say that. I try my best. Like I say, Abandoned City Camo Crew Explorers. I try my best. I can't always. Let's put it this way. I try to tell everybody. Sometimes I don't get there for. Let's put it this way. Sometimes I watch certain ones, and I try to watch them as much as possible. And you get to a point where you can't watch every single thing. So I try to get to as many as possible. Sometimes I miss a couple, and then I could be there on the third or fourth video. But I try my best, just like everybody else does. I mean, it's a big world, but I try my best. So, but I will keep trying, if that makes sense. Love Lisa Warrior Queen says, laugh out loud, Geo Jerry. We're back up to 37 degrees and melting. Yikes. Oswald Renaccio. Why can't I never say the middle part? Oswald Renavaccio Ferrari. How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. Celestial Way. How are you? It's so nice to see you. If everybody doesn't notice Joe, my wife, not your average JoJo in the chat, she's at work, and usually she does get in, but the last about 2 weeks, things have recently changed at her work. It's just a small office. She works for an insurance company, but things have changed, so she's able to keep an earbud in, so she could be listening right now, but talking through the chat. She gets in when it's usually either lunch or break, so she's not on as much as she like. She comes on Sunday night shows with me, but during the week on the chat, she doesn't get in as much as she'd like. Celestial Way, glad to see you again, idiot. Yes, thanks very much, Celestial Way. It's great to see you too. It's nice to see everyone. I really appreciate it. I know I sound like a sap saying it, but I really mean it. I appreciate you coming. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. Oh yeah, he's back in Portland. I caught one of his streams. That's what I think he's busy. I mean, I don't know, but I think he's busy. But I do remember when he was moving away, or just after he moved, that he said that he found a place and he was getting everything set up. He was going to be about a week setting up, and I've talked to him maybe about once or twice after that. But I think he's been busy and stuff. Suresh says, sometimes being a YouTuber is kind of frustrating. Oh, it can be, Suresh. You know what? I mean, everybody has the things going on in their life. So, sometimes... I said to my wife, I haven't hit that roadblock yet, but I imagine it's coming, because and everybody they've got other things going on in their life. I mean, you can have this, and this is great fun. Sometimes it is business for people, and sometimes it's other things. But let's put it this way: just like everything in life, sometimes you can get frustrated with anything. So, but just I try my best, and just like everybody. Yeah, Abandoned City Camo Crew Explorers City, the day snap, we were all the same, understand. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a busy place, isn't it? And look at all the channels and people there are. It's absolutely crazy. It is. But it's a fun place, and for them to let us, I mean, it's a business for them, I realize that, and they go through revenue with ads and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, to be able to have this, we don't have to, it's not a subscription that we pay for or anything. I mean, they let us put it up unless it's, whatever that we're putting. I mean, I know they monitor at some point, but pretty much we have a free platform. So it is kind of nice. I mean, I guess we can all get frustrated, but in the long run, it is a free platform. So it is kind of nice in that. Suresh says, be proud to be a YouTuber, enjoy making content, putting effort. Yeah, exactly, Suresh. Exactly. Doing well, my friend. Good, Oswald. I'm so glad about that. Country Cycle Cam, hey, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you. Walker Fam says, I like seeing everyone. It's nice. I do too, Walker Fam. Like I said, it's usually an hour and a half that I'm on here, but I kind of like it. I don't want to say it's my time to get goofy and stuff like that. I mean, the kids are, usually at school and stuff like that. The wife's at work, so I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be. This is great. Get to talk to a great bunch of people, and you never know what you're going to talk about. Sometimes it's specific. Somebody will bring something up. We could spend the rest of the time talking about that, and sometimes it could just be about what's going on with each and every one of us. So you never know. Jared says, Jeff, I find that I don't always comment on all the videos I watch, but I do generally leave a thumbs up. Generally, I don't comment on creators with over 500 because they don't comment. No, exactly, Jerry. I mean, you can try, Jerry, but otherwise, look what happened to me after trying, Jerry. No, honestly, it's great to watch that, but sometimes it can get not overbearing, but it can become too much, Jerry. Especially with, if you got your family and stuff and work and all that, you have a lot of other things on your plate. Everybody does. So that's understandable completely. I go through the same. I find Monday to Friday I try my best, but sometimes there's days that I'm a little lackluster. On the weekend, I'm not as active on here on the weekend. Usually, I want to say it's family time. The weekend, usually we're running here, running there with the kids, and the wife wants to go here, which, you know, she's busy during the week. So if we need to get out shopping or whatever we need to do, whatever we're going out to do, just like everybody. So I find that on the weekend I'm not as busy on here. Not that I wouldn't like to be, but I'm just not. At night sometimes, but usually on the weekend not as much. Abandoned City, Camel Crew Explorers. Nice calm stream you have here, peeps. Yes, I like it too. Abandoned City, Camel Crew Explorers. It's... Some people have ones that they're specifically talking about stuff, and that's totally fine. Some new people come on and say, what's the stream about? Try my best to explain it, but I think by the time they're in here a few minutes, they get the gist of it. It's just a bunch of people sitting around talking, like you're talking to one of your good friends and that in the chat. Sometimes you'll see someone you know or haven't seen in a bit, and then you get talking in the chat, and then we get talking over like this, and you never know what it's going to be. Country Cycle Cam. Oh, Geo Jerry says that is 500k. Yikes. That's a big number. Can you imagine that many people, Jerry? I could never. Country Cycle Cam says, I wish there were options required for thumbs down on a video. I wonder how that'll work, Country Cycle Cam. I did watch one of the YouTube people talk about that a few weeks ago, and I wonder how they will eventually deal with everything that. I don't know myself, but I imagine they've probably got a lot on their plate thinking about it. Oh my gosh, Chips Outdoor Channel dropping in to say hi. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome. Everybody say hi to Chips Outdoor Channel. If, like I said, you know, if there's someone new coming in and you don't know them, if you check them out, leave them a message, vice versa. If it's somebody that you like when you're looking through the channel and you really enjoy it, if you're going to watch, leave them a message. That way they can come back. Because sometimes while you're on the chat, you don't notice certain things, or you don't notice every channel. And you'll end up after the chat or whenever it is. I will be back with sound shortly. No sound. Okay, lost your audio. No sound. No sound. Setup looks good though. Oh, just let me know. Yes, when the sound is back. Let me know when the sound is back. Well, guess what? We made about 27-28 minutes without going out. But you know what? I'm going to try that component setting later, because maybe that's something that has something to do with the USB that'll get it to work. So I'll try that. Will's World Media, how you doing? It's great to see you. Sorry about the sound, everybody. I try to let everybody know as they come in. If we go out, it's usually for about 30 seconds, 20-30 seconds, then we're back. But I'm sorry for that, everybody. I apologize. If there's something I could do to fix it, I would, and I'm working on it. I've looked a few things up, and I'm going to try it later on today. And if it works, we won't run into the same problem. I've read a couple things about different, what do you call them, hubs and stuff that you can plug in. And then there's also about disabling the one component through Windows that may fix it too. So I'm going to try that first and come on tomorrow. And if it fixes it, all good. If not, I might look at that little hub in that. Mim, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Mim, you know what? You're in Denmark, Mim. guess who else is in Denmark, which I did not know. If you know Raphael Scrapper, I always thought for the strangest thing, I always thought Raphael Scrapper, I'm sure you've seen him here in Recycle Dude, I thought Raphael Scrapper was in Netherlands, but yesterday he was telling me that he's in Denmark. So I thought, when I saw him, I said, oh my gosh, Mim's in Denmark. I think he said he knew that, but I did not know that. I did not know that. Oh my gosh, Karen Summers, how you doing? Karen, I was just talking about, do you know Raphael Scrapper? He comes into the chat here. He comes into the chat for Recycle Dude, a few other people. But for the longest time, I always thought Raphael Scrapper was from the Netherlands. Turns out, yesterday, after the longest time, I found out he's from Denmark. But I always thought he was from the Netherlands. I had no idea. Let's see here. It's good to see you, Karen. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see everybody. Thank you very much for coming. It is, Mim. You know what? Great minds think alike. Nice to see everybody. That's exactly what I was thinking, Mim. Nice to see everybody. Dexter Manto. Hello, dear mate. It's good to see you, Dexter Manto. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry about the chair. It's a little squeaky. I need to oil it, I think. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Mim says, yes, he isn't from Denmark. Yes, he is. I get a laugh from him every time he comes in, Mim. He's hilarious. You know, he told me, he said something about flying through in a jet. We're just having a little bit of a joke yesterday, but I do get a good laugh from him when he does come on. Let's see here. Abandoned City Camel Crew Explorers Raphael. I thought he was from Spain. Yeah, no, you know, for the longest time, I've probably known him since September. I started the channel last summer, in August 1st I started, so it's coming on, what's that, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, just over 6 months, I guess, now. Whenever I started it, I was about a month into it. Then I started going to live streams, and I met Raphael through one of the streams. I think it was through Recycle Dude when I first met him. And you know what? I saw him for a long time, then I think we lost contact for about a month or so. And then, yeah, he's back, and it's great to see him. But yeah, he's from Denmark as well. A nice fella, real nice fella. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat, everybody. Oh my gosh, I want to apologize to gentlemen or people that just came in. Because the other day, I kept calling him Syntax Al. And Goofy Me, I noticed him later on another chat, Syntax AI. So I want to say I'm so sorry. You know, sometimes, especially when somebody can't talk back, like nobody's talking back to you, just reading a chat, I want to apologize to you because I had no idea. I thought I was reading, but you know what? AI makes more sense than Syntax Al. Syntax AI. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for coming. I just want to point out Syntax AI. I'm sorry if I didn't mean to say that. I had no idea until I heard your name spoken out on another chat. So my apologies, my friend. My apologies. And I'm good. I'm good. Yes, you like the backdrop? It's something different. Yesterday we had London, England. Today we have Bora Bora. It all takes place because my wife, on the weekend, I had my GoPro and I was doing a live stream. I thought it would look great. And you know, you always see me in the kitchen. You never see the living room in our townhouse we live in. But unfortunately, I walk through the living room. Well, you know, the kids, we have 15 and an 11-year-old. You know, they can leave their stuff, and you know, I can leave my stuff too. It's not just the kids. But there's probably stuff all in the living room that usually you wouldn't see because, anyways, needless to say, I should have had it picked up. But I walked nonchalantly through the living room. And I think I was showing the Cody box to Dave Desmond's Donders. But when I did that, I panned through the rest of the living room. My wife saw it on the stream later. And she had a fit with me. She says, if you ever showed the living room like that again, that's it. Your channel's over. She was kidding, of course. But she said, you know what? Let's fix that. Get rid of the backdrop. Put something else in. So we just got two images. We've got Bora Bora here. Or whatever. Some kind of tropical island. And the other one is London, England. We used that yesterday. Today we'll be back probably to London. Dave will be back in London, England tomorrow. But we'll probably switch it up. One day, one picture, one day the next image. That's all. But we're going to try to see if we can get some different images. It's just this way. My wife says nobody has to see the whatever's in the background. Because if we had a computer room, I'd be there. You wouldn't have to see all this. That's all. Mim says, Idiot of the day, my Mac Pro is fine. It survived the water. More videos coming soon. Good. I was sorry to see that, Mim. I've dropped things on my, I've dropped them on the keyboard. Fortunately, I've had to throw a keyboard or two out before, but never so I feel for you, my friend. I feel for you. But I'm glad that everything's working for you, Mim. I am glad it's working. Bandit City Camel Crew. Wow, you've done well. Yeah. Bandit City Camel Crew Explorers. I love it. This is, it's for fun. I mean, I like coming on here. I love talking to everybody. It's been fun. It's been a busy 6 months. In one way, it's been busy, but in another way, it feels like just yesterday, if that makes sense. I've got to know quite a few people on here over the last few months, and it's been great. And it's funny, my wife always said when I started this, somebody had road rage on my wife last summer, and after it happened, she was kind of shaking. She says, that guy's an idiot of the day, hence the name. That's where it started. No disrespect to Soul here or anybody out there. It's just a name for all the wonderful people that you meet out there that can sometimes cause you to have either a bad day or sometimes put a smile on your face because you can't believe what they're like. But I mean, there's no way to stop any of it. We're gonna run into that probably the rest of our lives. But yeah, that's where the name came from, and yeah, it's been fun. I've got to meet everyone here, so it's been really nice. Let's see here. Mickey, how are you? Mickey, no t-shirt today, just a short sleeve shirt, but it's warm today. It's close to 50 degrees or so here, Mickey, but it's warm. Oh, geez, I love it, Mickey. Good afternoon, idiot of the day. I forgot my swimsuit. Yeah, Mickey, I was joking yesterday. Joe wanted the background gone. So yesterday we had London, England. Today we have, I'm calling it Bora Bora. I have no idea where it is. Just some kind of tropical setting. But tomorrow we'll be back to England. Next day we'll be back to Bora Bora. Just switch it up, and then maybe down the road we'll get a couple more images to put back there. That way everybody doesn't have to look at the boring background, I guess. Oh my gosh, Mickey says to Wheels of World Media, 55 here in Dallas. Oh my gosh, Mickey, you're making me jealous right now. It sounds amazing. Oh gosh, I love it. You know what happens if I say I love it, I love it, I love it 3 times, right? I'm just kidding. Wheels World Media says 50 in Colorado. Oh, that I think it might not be that warm here, Wheels World Media, but it's close to it in the high 40s at least. But it's warm here. Syntax AI, it's fine. Don't worry about it. A few people said it wrong before. Okay, good. I just I'm reading the chat. And I try my best, but sometimes I read them wrong. So that's all it was. Let's see here. Wheels World Media says, I just learned something. What, Wheels World Media? What did you... Just let us know. I mean, if you want to. Let's see. Yes, thanks for welcoming everybody, Steve. That's always right. I say it once and I forget sometimes. Welcome everybody. Anybody new to the chat, you know what? If you consider subscribing, there's a notification bell to the right of that. If you hit it, tap it, whatever you want to do to it, it'll give you notifications for lives and for the videos when they're put out, and that's that. And the only other thing I would say is anybody new to the chat, if you like, if you check somebody's channel and you like and you're gonna watch what they do, if you like their channel, let them know. Leave a little imprint on their videos. Just say, you know what, you were here, and if what you liked about the video, just let them know you were there. Because sometimes, you know, after the chat, you might be interested in somebody's content, but you may not know they were there. But somebody leaving a message, they can come back and check you out as well. I mean, if you're gonna watch, definitely let somebody know. That's for sure. Desmond Stonders. We're no experts, but been roaming around Scotland for many years and never get bored. It's incredible footage, Dave. It really is. Mickey Bora Bora. I don't know what Mickey. I said Bora Bora. Joe says I kept saying yesterday it was like Tahiti, Fiji. I never even came up with Bora Bora. Joe says Bora Bora. I said, you know what? Let's go with it. We'll call it Bora Bora. I don't know what it is. Literally, Mickey. Right behind is the image of England, and we have the light coming right over top of me. It's not the greatest light. But if I put the other light on in the kitchen behind us, you'll see right through this, and you'll see London, England coming right through this image. So it's best to keep it the way it is right now. Oh, Desmond Saunders, laugh aloud. Where is the Kickster? I don't know. You know what? He's been, Dave, I think he's been busy since he moved. And you know what? That's good for him. He seems to like, he seems to love where he's moved and that. He's seemed to have done quite a few videos of Corindi and all the different places around it. And you know what? It looks. I always said to him, I said, you know what? You live in Paradise Keg. You live in a place that probably 99% of the people in the world would want to live themselves if they could. But he made a joke saying, yeah, I know that, I know it. But I think he's just having a good time, Dave. I really do, which is good. And you know what? I always said to him, you know, it's great that you come on, but you know what? You're it's great that you're out there doing a lot of stuff. And I think, you know what? I think his daughter and all that, his family, probably happy that you know what, he's able to move and get settled like he has, and he seems to really enjoy it. I think he said at one point he lived there years ago. Oh yeah, Will's World Media. I learned how you got your name. Yes, it's no disrespect to Soul here. Honestly, it was just because somebody had road rage on my wife, and so we called it that. A couple of people come up and said, "Do you consider changing your name?" Unless, let's put it this way, unless YouTube came, and which they never would, but if they ever sent an email or something saying, hey, we don't appreciate it, get rid of it, then we change it right away. But I don't know, most people don't seem to be offended by it. If they did, then we change it. It would immediately become, you know how we call the live stream commit don't quit, that's what it would become. But I'd prefer this. I kind of like it, and it's kind of fun. I mean, you know, if it said something like ruder, maybe I can understand. But yeah, for now, I guess we'll keep it. Like, we'll keep it as long as we can, unless they tell us we have to change it. Mim says, be right back. Okay, sounds good. Razzle says, I'm in the kitchen, Jeff, but I'm listening. Oh, yeah, no worries, Razzle. I do the same. A lot of times I'll turn it on if I'm doing the dishes or cooking something, and then come back. Karen says, I love the comments. These are the best. Yes, Karen, I agree with you, Karen. I agree with you 100%. Mickey at work, kind of busy, so glad to get to see. Next, background, outer space. Mickey, now, you know what? No worries, Mickey. I understand you're at work every time and that in the afternoon. But you know what? When we did get these images, there was an option for from space. It was one of the space shuttles looking down on Earth. But this one was way too big. I couldn't have actually got it on the screen. But if I can find something like that, that'd definitely be an image. There's a few more. There's a couple out in the jungle my wife found online. So we'll have to see about all that. But for now, it's the two that we'll have. But it would be nice, Mickey. It would be nice. Just kind of liven it up, that's all. Yes. Syntax AI. I love that song. I love that song. It is a good one. Yes, no, Syntax AI, every time my wife sees Mickey, she thinks of the song too. It's a great song. It was a great song I remember when I was younger. I love that song. Mickey says, or mountains, or underwater, be creative. Oh my gosh, Mickey, I so would love underwater. I always said if I could get Stream Elements, Streamlabs to work with OBS, what I would do is I would have like a video of like either an aquarium or in the ocean, and I'd be swimming with sharks. That's or you know what, I would just be sitting here and sharks would be coming at me. That's or jumping off a mountain. I could totally do the climbing in the mountains and that like this. But yeah, no, exactly. The mountain would be a great idea, Mickey. It would be fantastic. The water, the underwater would be fantastic too. Ujaga Pivy, hey Dano, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome. I realize you might be, you may be at home or you may be on your way to work, but thanks very much for dropping in. I appreciate it. Everybody say hello to each other. Story Dory, good afternoon, everybody. It's good to have you. Thanks. Thanks for coming, Story Dory. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm a little dry right now. Give me 2 seconds. We're about 45 minutes in. Feels like 2 seconds. Give me a second. I just have to have some water. Will's World Media. When you go in chat rooms, it makes people laugh and look at your channel with the name. Yeah, Will's World Media. Let's put it this way. It's a catchy name. Some people are not... I'll put it this way. Only one person in 6 months. This person went crazy when he saw the name. I think he was having a bad night. He was an older gentleman. I'm not going to say his name. But I'll tell you what happened. I went in. This is a few months ago. I went into his chat. I'd seen his channel name on somebody else's channel. So I clicked and I thought it was fine. And anyways, he was running his chat. And he was talking. He didn't seem to be in the greatest mood when I went in. I thought, oh, well, I mean, whatever. I just said hello to him. When I said hello, It's like the fire alarm went off. He went right nuts. He told every moderator to get rid of me, remove me right away. So anyways, I said, hey, I'm sorry. I'm not actually a troll, blah, blah, blah. He didn't care. They removed me. Done. So I never went back to his chat. But just recently, I got the pleasure, later on that, I'll tell you what happened. Later on that evening in his chat, I went back. I thought, maybe the guy, he was an older gentleman, right? I thought maybe he's just having a bad night. It's definitely, I'm glad that I didn't actually return to his channel. But, like, to go into his chat. But I returned just to see what was happening, because you can still watch. I just wasn't commenting. I wasn't actually going to comment any further anyways. But he was upset. I think it wasn't just me. He was upset at a few things going on. But he was removing, like, tons of people. He started removing people, like some of his moderators. And then this one lady, she was a moderator. I think her and I talked for some time. Anyways, he said... he told her to stop talking. He didn't want to talk to her anymore. And at one point, he told everybody, the moderators, to get rid of her. And she was removed. She wasn't allowed on his chat. And I noticed at the end, he had hardly anybody left. He removed I don't know how many people. But just recently, in the last month, I got the pleasure of, people were doing a raid to the channel here one afternoon. And people were raiding. And anyways, this gentleman came in. Without a word of a lie, he says, "Hi, Idiot of the Day." I stopped dead in my track, and I looked at the name, and I thought, you have to be kidding. Anyways, he was in our chat. He had no idea. He'd never seen me, but he also didn't know who I was. He didn't remember the name of the channel. But he's come back. I have no problem with the man. I think the man had a bad day. But I just got the pleasure of, like, there you go. You can see how things can happen in that. But nice gentleman. I wouldn't tell him. He doesn't know anyways. He doesn't come here very often. But he's come a few times. So I do get a good laugh from that. Anyways, that's it. But like I said, I'm not naming anybody. I'm just saying that's what happened. Let's see. Oh gosh, Syntax AI. I am listening to the song as we speak. Of the song, hey Mickey, yes, Syntax AI, I love it too. And my wife, she absolutely loves. I remember that when I was younger, when I was a teenager. That was a fantastic song. Judy Turner, how are you? It's nice to see you. Welcome. It's great to see everybody. Oh gosh, Story of Dory. I'm gonna sue you. Copyright infringement. I'm. Story of Dory. Oh gosh, no. Like I said, it was just because what happened with my wife. That's why we. Let's put it this way: we all, I'll say it. Some days I do goofy, stupid things too. Story of Dory, and like I said, the idiot of the day. I will tell somebody when I'm on here if I've been the idiot of the day completely. And I mean, I know we all have bad days or whatever, so we can all whatever. But I guess what I was saying when I was saying the idiot of the day, it's usually just those wonderful people, run a set of lights, you can't believe it, or do something like, you see that every day, like, you're sitting on a set of lights, and someone goes blazing through a red light, and you think, you stop and think what you're doing. What if it was they could be, and they're not kids in that are doing it, they're grown adults, they should know better, and there's blazing through lights and that, you think, what are you doing? Like, what if your kid walked out, or your grandkid, or whoever, that would be the end. So, that, I guess that's where I take it. It's like, I just can't believe the way things have ended up for people, unfortunately. But, pressures and that from jobs and just everyday life. Life has changed for a lot of people, unfortunately. Centroid Aerial Images. Hi, how are you? Good day. It's nice to see you. Great to see everybody. If I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Desmond Saunders, good on you. No, you want to tell us his name. Oh, yeah, Dave, I do, but I will not. Dave, if you ever message me, I'll tell you. But I won't say it over the chat. I will not. You've seen him too, Dave. Yeah, like I said, you've not seen him many times. He's been in the chat twice. But actually, the day he came in, I could see that, he must have been having a bad night. And like I said, everybody can have bad days. So I can totally see what's happened. But he would never remember the story anyways. I think he just had a bad evening when it happened. It's totally fine. He didn't hurt me. I just I could see that he was having a bad day. Let's see. Will's World Media, it's cool. You're always tinkering and experimenting with all the YouTube setups. Well, Will's World Media, there's other ways I'd love to set it up, but OBS is great. It lets you to do this, which is fantastic. I mean, there's other options to do all the fantastic stuff that I would love to do, but and you know, green screens and all that stuff. I would love those options, but the computer, if you use like Streamlabs or Stream Elements, which I would have to use to get all the other ones that I would like the overlays in the background, I love that. But unfortunately, the computer, I tried it with OBS, and it seems to lock everything up for like 5 minutes. If I want to transition between scenes, like, you know what, the starting in so many minutes screen, then when it's actually live, then be right back screen, or the ending screen. If to do all that, I'd be 2 hours trying to get from one scene to another, and I never actually get on the screen. So I thought maybe there's a setting to change, but I'm not familiar with it. So I've just removed the programs for the time being. Just went this way. Down the road, I keep looking and trying to research it. If there's something that I could do, or maybe change either in OBS or one of the settings to fix it, I would. But I'll keep trying it. Let's see here. Cruiser Mac. Cruiser Mac, it's nice to see you. Yes, Karen Summers' first impression was, exactly, Karen. Exactly. I understand. Coop 437, how you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah, Story of Dory. Yes, I think most gentlemen, most men, are their wives or girlfriends or whatever will tell you exactly that most of us are at some point, and most of us have probably come. I tell you one thing: when we get older, we will. When we're younger, we're like, "What are you talking about?" But once we get to a certain age, we realize, yeah, we probably are. But I guess if you can get to that point, then you've made it. Let's see here. Yes, Syntax AI. An outer space backdrop would be cool. It would be. I would love it. Let's put it this way. The place that we would get these images, they're reasonable, but my wife's looking online about the images. We are looking only. For now, it's 2, and it might be a bit, but we will. We're gonna keep trying, because why not? Like, if you can, it doesn't hurt. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna keep trying. But outer space would be awesome. We did find one where we went, and the outer space, it literally must have been the space shuttle coming down on the image of the outer layers of Earth and stuff. And it looked amazing, but it was just way too big. It wouldn't fit this screen. Cruiser Mac. I love it. I prefer to think we are selectively foolish. Well, Cruiser Mac, you're right. Selective, my wife would, a lot of wives, girlfriends, significant others will say selective hearing, selective whatever. But yes, we are selective sort, aren't we? And sometimes it can be a good thing, and sometimes it's just, you know, this is life and this is the way we are. But yeah, selective for sure. I understand that part. Oh my gosh, yes. How about I say, I love it, I love it, I love it one more time. I'm just teasing. But usually, you know what happens? Usually it's 2:53 here. Usually closer to 3 o'clock. If he is going to come on in the next 5, 6, 7 minutes, if I say it around 3 o'clock, if he's going to appear, it'll be then. If I say it then and he doesn't, well, then he's not going to appear. I'm talking about Big Keg, everybody. Big Keg sometimes is able to get on, but, you know, he's got a lot going on himself, so he's busy man. Story of Dory, so not enough space for space. Exactly. As you can see, we live in a townhouse, and let's put it this way: if I move a certain way, the image may be rocking in the ocean as well. So I'll just leave it like it is. Desmond Stonders. Yep, that space takes up a lot of space. It sure does. Space, the final frontier. Now, Cruiser Mac, you just said something to get me going. I can't wait. I don't know when it's happening. I don't know. Okay, the only Star Trek I ever watched, I remember watching it as a kid with Spock and Kirk, but the only ones I ever watched of Star Trek The Next Generation was with Patrick Stewart, you know, the Jean-Luc Picard. He, I hear, is coming back. I don't know if it's just like a mini-series or what. I know nobody's talking about Star Trek, but I love Star Wars, but I'm not a space whatever. I don't know a lot about, but the Next Generation, if Jean-Luc Picard is coming back into that series, I mean, it's been, what, 20-some years or so. I'll be looking forward to that. Anyways, I will not talk about Star Trek anymore. There we are. I started talking about Star Trek. All of a sudden, I see no more people left. Everybody's gone. But yes, no, I did like me some Star Trek: The Next Generation. I don't know about the rest of the series, but I did like that. Syntax AI. I'll be back in a minute. I need to get a drink. No worries, my friend. I've got my trusty glass of water because I needed something while I'm on air. Karen Summer says, only saw the original series with Captain Kirk and Spock. Yes, I didn't watch it religiously, Karen, but I watched that when I was a kid, the original Star Trek. But the second one, The Next Generation, for some reason, I didn't watch it while it was on. Maybe it was just ending when I got into it, but I got into the series just probably as it was ending, but I still love it. Dismas Donders, I heard it was something to do with the Discovery. Okay. It may be. Make it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Cruiser Mac, make it so #1. You know, when Riker comes up and Commander Riker, oh my gosh, make it so #1. And my favorite is when Riker, you know, he's got his arm, it's like he's got a bad back or something. He walks like this, and oh yes, make it so #1. Oh yes. Oh my gosh, Cruiser Mac, now you've got me started. I have to stop because if I get into the car, pick my wife up, and I make references, my wife will just. My wife does not get the references when I talk, like make jokes and stuff. My son is the only one. My daughter, she just looks at me like, "What's wrong with you, Dad?" My son now, he doesn't get all the references that I'm talking about, but he tries to be like Dad. He tries to be funny sometimes, and he is a little funny little fella. He's 11, but my wife thinks, "What are you doing to our son?" But anyways, this story of Dory. Only space I'm familiar with, the space between my ears empty. Oh gosh, yeah, no, I love me some science fiction. I do love science fiction, and I think it all started as a kid. You know, and I love Star Wars, but beyond Star Wars, before Star Wars, what I remember Star Trek, but before Star Wars as a kid, I think the first movie I ever saw, like space movies, I was like 6 or 7. The first one I ever saw was Logan's Run. I know it's not space, but if anybody remembers Logan's Run was a fantastic movie for the time. I've watched it many times. I don't know what I was thinking, but at the time it was a fantastic movie. I always think there was a movie a few years ago called The Island with Ewan McGregor and what's her name, Scarlett Johansson. It's a fantastic. To me, it's the closest thing to Logan's Run. But Logan's Run, I absolutely loved it. Karen Summers, yes, as a kid, exactly, Karen. I don't know why, but I did like it as a kid. Desmond Saunders, laugh a lot. I watch everything. Star Trek, yeah. Oh, Dave, I've never. I started watching Deep Space Nine for a bit. I never got into. Was it Discovery or with what's her name, Jane? Not Commander Jane. What the lady? I can't. Was it? Did anybody see Enterprise? I never watched it. I never saw it at all. Cruiser Max says, original Star Trek was on while we had 2 channels to watch. So all the episodes numerous times. Now, you know what's so funny about Star Trek? You know, you think of all the episodes you've seen over the years. I think Star Trek only had 77 or 78 or some episodes. There wasn't a ton of shows. I thought it lasted forever. But it wasn't on that long. It's funny when you stop and think about some of the shows you might have watched. Some of them weren't on as long as you think. But you know what? They're huge, huge followings later in life. Themsworld, hello everybody, hope we're all doing good. Yes, Themsworld, I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you. Cruiser Max says that was a good movie. Yes. AU Pack Meal. Hi Jeff, I agree. Hey John, how are you? Did you come in when we were talking about Star Trek? Yeah, John, I don't know why, but we got talking about, I guess somebody was talking, I started talking about Star Trek The Next Generation. I love that with Jean-Luc Picard, but I hear he's coming back as Jean-Luc in some kind of, I don't know if it's the newer Star Trek or how they're bringing that into, but yes, Abandoned City Camel Cruise, Logan's Run was cool. Oh, I loved it. Now, like I said, I've tried to watch it since, and it's, but I still like it. I don't know. I go back, and I still think of that as my first beginning of science fiction. Oh, Steve, your kids are asleep. Yeah, I figured you're off with your kids, Steve. It's good to have you here, Steve. Really good to have you. Desmond Saunders, yes, I remember Logan's Run. Great film. It was. Was that Mike? Was Logan's Run Michael York? I don't know. I could be wrong now, but I thought it was Michael York. Willie Parker, put the sleeper hold on the like button. Willie, I love it. Desmond Saunders, Voyager. Yes, I watched Enterprise. Voyager has the lady, the Captain Jane. Captain Jane is that what it is? I think. But I've never seen Enterprise, not even seen an episode. I'll have to try it. Sorry, Dory. I love all science fiction, but Star Trek is my favorite. Even the new one, even if it is silly. Starship runs on mushroom spores, so it's Super Mario. You know what? Story of Dory. It's the only series I have not seen, Enterprise. So I'm gonna make a point to try to at least watch an episode to see what I think of it. I'm gonna have to watch. I remember when Deep Space Nine started right after. It was not the continuation, but it was right after pretty much Next Generation, and Worf and all of them were on there. So I do remember that. True North Angler. Hey, Adrian. Came by to say hi. It's great to have you here, True North Angler. I see, the water's building up. You know what I was going to say to you when you said the Grand River? My aunt lives in Brantford, and the Grand must go through Brantford too. But they live like one area of Brantford. They live in like this one little cul-de-sac, and the other side of the cul-de-sac, behind the houses on the cul-de-sac, what do you call it? The Grand River runs through there, and I remember years ago they had a build up too. But hopefully you're not too close to any like runoff or anything happens for you, Adrian. Braden Brand Reality TV. Hi everybody. I'm trying to change the Streamlabs, but I think I need 64-bit instead of 32-bit to run Streamlabs. Braden Brand. I am no expert on Streamlabs. There could be somebody. As you can see, I use OBS, but I'm not using Streamlabs or Stream Elements. I would love to, but it doesn't work for me. It takes too much. It's too much power for my computer, or my computer doesn't have the power. But somebody else might be able to tell Braden Brand Reality on that. I don't know, unfortunately, Braden, but hopefully somebody else can answer it for her. But I'd love to see it once up and running for sure. Let's see here. Desmond's Daughters. Michael York and Jenny Agutter or Gutter? I don't know her, but I'm going to have to look that up, Dave. I am going to have to look that up. Michael York. You know what? The silliness of Michael York, I think of a few years ago when, what's his name? Gosh, the guy from Austin Powers or Shrek, Mike Myers. Mike Myers has plays in Austin Powers, and in Austin Powers, the fellow that runs Austin Powers, like the spy place that he works for, I think his father's Michael Caine, but his boss, his father's Michael Caine, and his boss is Michael York. I'm pretty sure it is, but oh my gosh, Michael Caine. Oh my gosh, Karen Summers in here too, so she can appreciate Michael Caine. I know that for sure. Story of Dory, Captain Janeway. That's it exactly. Willie Parker, 74 here in North Carolina. Oh my gosh, you're making us jealous, Willie. You're making us jealous. Desmond's Daughters, Janeway. That's it. It is awesome, isn't it, John? AU Packmill, 74 degrees. Can you imagine? They're making us jealous. I think Mickey was in here saying 75 or 77 in down in Texas. Let's see here. What is it? AU Packmill Syntax. Did you get your question answered on Pusa Studios last night? John, I don't know if Syntax, he may be back. I think he was going to get a drink of water or drink of some sort, so he might be back in 2 seconds. Paul, how you doing? Sorry, PMDB Entertainment. I'm losing my voice. Give me a second, Paul. Just sip of water and then I'll be able to talk to you better. That's better. Good stuff. Sorry about that, Paul. I've been talking for about 65 minutes and I need a sip of water. We're just getting kind of dry. Razzle Rama says, I'm back, Jeff. Good, Razzle. It's good to have you. It is good to have you. Actually, AU Pack Meal, somewhere in the chat, Braden Brand Reality TV was asking something about Streamlabs or Stream Elements. Streamlabs, I think it is. She's wanting to run. If you see it in the chat, maybe you can answer. I don't know if you can answer it for John. You might, since I know you use OBS and that, you might be able to answer Braden Brand Reality TV's question. Now, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, John, but if you are able to answer her question, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. I couldn't answer it, and this chat was going down so quick, and I'm sorry for that. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, John, in any way either. If it's not something that, that's fine, but if you are able to, it's just a tiny bit up in the chat. She was asking a question about it. Oh, there's Syntax AI right now. Karen Summers. Yes, Michael Caine and Robert Wagner are my two favorite actors. Laugh a lot, and both were in Austin Powers. That's right, with the patch, Robert Wagner. Oh my gosh, Robert Wagner. If you loved Robert Wagner, Karen Summers, you will remember a show. You'll probably remember, as far as I would think that it was on overseas. There was a show in the 70s, in end of the 70s, beginning of the 80s. It was on ABC here in North America. It was called Heart to Heart. It had Robert Wagner in it. It was like the detective show. I don't know if it played or if you ever saw it, but Robert Wagner had a show. I remember it was out at the same time as The Love Boat, all those 70s, beginning of the 80s shows. But Robert Wagner had a show called Heart to Heart. I think his wife in that was a girl named Stephanie Powers, if I remember right, but I could be wrong. Big Keg, g'day, drongos and idiots. Look at 3 o'clock. You know what? I forgot to say, love it, I love it, I love it. Keg, at about 2:50, I was saying to people making jokes, we said I love it, I love it, I love it a couple times. I said, you know what, I'll try around 3 o'clock, and I forgot. I said, usually if, you know what, if 3 o'clock rolls around, if I say I love it, I love it, I love it, if you're around, you pop in, okay? But I missed it completely. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. That's okay. Oh, yeah, Paul, I need water sometimes. I can ramble, but I do need a little bit of... I'm like an old car. I need oiling up here. Willie says, but the weather in North Carolina, it's bipolar. It can change at any moment. I can understand. Oh, where are you today? Spain? Paul, I don't know. Yesterday I kept joking it was going to be Fiji or Tahiti. Now Joe says it's Bora Bora. So I have no idea where it is today, Paul. We're going with Bora Bora just because Joe said it was Bora Bora. No idea where it is. But they're just two images that we have. We had London yesterday and Bora Bora today. But that's all the images we have for the time being. So we'll go back and forth. Tomorrow we'll be back in England. The next day, Thursday, we'll be back here. And Friday, back in England again. And then once we get some more backdrops, like back pictures and stuff, we'll put them up. But this is just to block the kitchen out. That's all it is. Yes, Syntax, do you watch Pusa Studios? Yes, I was there at the beginning. I was there for the first hour, Syntax AI. Andrew and Xenia, I don't want to say the last name, his wife's name incorrect. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong. Xenia or Xenia? I know I'm saying it wrong. But yes, I've been watching them for quite some time. I haven't been over as much as I'd like to lately. But yes, I used to watch it like absolutely every single night. Recently, the last probably month, I haven't been on as much as I'd like to. But yes, I do watch Pusa Studios. And you know what? My good friend Eric, he was on there a few weeks ago. He has a guitar channel called EVH Gear and TV. He was one of the guests on Pusa Studios. It was a good show in that, good time in that. But yeah, no, Pusa Studios, they're from Montreal. A few hours from here for sure, but they're also fellow Canadians. Very nice people. Heart to Heart was awful. Desmond Donners. Yeah, it was. But you know, when Karen said Robert Wagner, it's the first thing that came to my head. Ujaga Pivi feels like a little voyeuristic. Just listening as I run about getting ready. Caught some of the chat. Jeff was talking about it. Have a great day, everybody. Off to work. Ujaga Pivi, you take care. Dano, thank you. Dano, thank you so much. I really appreciate it for you coming. Willie says Stephanie Powers was in Heart to Heart. Yes, she was. I don't know if she's still alive, but I think he is. But I have to look on her if she still is. I would think she is, but I don't know. Heart to Heart was great. I loved it. Oh, good, Karen. I liked it. I watched it when I was a kid. Sam says I ramble 24/7 myself, and you're not rambling. Good. I'm glad of that. Keg's mating call. Love it. Gosh, Keg. Yeah. Oh, gosh, Keg. I love it. I love it. I love it, my friend. Yes. Talk is tiring for the throat. I just find, Steve, I get dry, and I need. You know what I need, everybody? I need one of those hats with the straw down to my mouth, and I could sit. You know, to either drink beer or I think it would need to be water. But oh, you missed the kitchen, Paul. Let's go back to England. Well, you know, if I pull this hard enough, you'll see England. But yes, Karen, back then it was awesome. Look who it is, everybody. Raphael Scrapper. Hey, Jeff. Hey, peeps in chat. It's good to see you, Raphael. Nice to see you. Syntax AI. Bora Bora is an island in France. Oh, gosh. Syntax, like I said, I don't know where this is specifically. It's just, it was a nice, bright backdrop. So, yes, Raphael in the house, Keg. He certainly is. Any of the day mustaches. Oh my gosh, can you imagine, Steve? Yes, oh yes, the mustache. Yes, Steve, the mustache. Yes, welcome, Willie. It's good to see everybody. It is. Willie says Stephanie Powers is still alive. Okay, I thought she would have been. I mean, you would think that you'd hear something. But, you know, some days it's the weirdest thing when somebody does pass away from years ago, and you miss it. And it's like, how did I ever miss that? Or someone that was so famous, and you know, it's on a day there that something happened, and unfortunately, it gets just washed away in the scheme of things. But Karen Summers' big keg is in the house. Yes. Syntax AI says, I enjoy watching Push the Studio. Watched the whole stream last night, though it stretched into midnight in the UK and finished at 3 a.m. Ah, okay. Raphael Scrapper. Steve Believe. Hello there. Yum, yum, yum. The cutting board. Hello. I love it, cutting board. It's good to see you. I need a drink, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm like clogging up. I don't know what's wrong with me. If you can talk amongst yourself for a couple minutes, I'm going to get more water here, everybody. Big Keg says, Jeff, you have a picture of my backyard up. Oh my gosh, Keg. I can imagine. It probably looks like that where you are, my friend. I imagine it does. But before you were on, I was saying, you know what? It seems like you're really enjoying where you are. And I said to them, I said, you know what? I think, Keg, we're joking, but I said to you one time, you know, you live in a place that where probably 90% of the world would love to live. You live, what I've seen, it looks absolutely beautiful, my friend. It looks just wonderful in that. But, you know what, that warm climate, I could get used to that warm climate, I think. Oh, gosh, I love it. Willie Parker says, if Jeff shows his kitchen, Jojo will put him in the doghouse outside. Yeah. No, then I got in trouble last night after saying all this. She says, you have to tell people. I never said that. So she says, I don't want people thinking Joe's not that person. Joe just wanted, honestly, all she wanted, and myself too, I wanted a different image, but she just wanted the kitchen removed from the picture. That's all it is. But, Dave, Desmond's daughter, Jeff, did you know? Yes, I did. I did, Dave. I did. Oh, gosh. Oh, Raphael Scrapper says it's his backyard. Yes, Syntax, they are both a lovely couple. Very nice people, and that down to earth and that. Very nice people. Okay, everybody, if you're talking amongst yourselves, give me another minute. I need a little bit more water, if that's okay. If you don't mind, I've got a little bit, but I need to fill this up. I'm gonna literally just move 5 feet, get the water, and be right back. I'm gonna swim over here. Look at, I'm out of the picture now. As you can see, the image is moving. We're in the South Pacific. That's what's happening. See, the water is moving in the background. You want to see a trick? Watch this. See how I came from that side? Watch this. See that? I came from one side and I returned from the other. Isn't that fantastic? Wasn't that a real cool thing that I just did? Okay. Yep, that's when the kids said I'm a dork or something like that, but yes, crickets. Make noise there, Keg. Abe Pacmill says, I'm looking for an answer on the bitrate on Streamlabs. Okay, yes. Crickets, yes, crickets. Okay, I would love something with sound in that. I've always talked to Steve on this about using, like, music and stuff, but I always, if I use anything in the videos, is always just the YouTube library. I'm so, you know, people put names out there of different channels and that to go to. I'm just so afraid that, you know, if I use the wrong one, that would be it. So Uh, Raphael says, "Go ahead, Jeff. You're the host." Oh yes, no, thanks, Raphael. I just, it's been a great day, and it always is. But some days, I just need a little bit. I've been drinking coffee lately, and I've put that out of my chat diet. I won't do the coffee anymore. Just water. I think it's better for me. My wife says I have to get out walking more in the next couple of weeks. She's telling me I have to get back in shape. Country Cycle Camp. See, the earth cannot be flat. Exactly, Country Cycle Camp. Exactly. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Steve, did you like that? I was going to do like a run from one side, run back out to the other. I'm like, how did he do that? How did that idiot do that? But, yeah, no. Yes, I walk on the water. Look. Want to see me swim? Look. Here we go. I'm going to dive into the water. See? Look. There. Okay, anybody coming on and watching this is like, what the heck's wrong with this guy? He's not funny at all. Anyways, yeah, Jeff walks on water. Exactly. Look. I'm going to put my feet up into the water. There. Anyways, my wife will be not too happy if I put my socks into the picture. Yeah, swim around the... Look at... Yeah, look at... Yep. What would be funny if the chair broke and I fell straight back? I've done that before. It's Raphael. And you were still dry. Wow. You can walk on water. Oh, Raphael, that's exactly. Like I said, you know what? We had to... This picture's good. It's not as... But it's okay. It's the two pictures we have and stuff, or the two images we have. Raphael, and you're still dry. Wow. You can walk on the water. Yes, Raphael, I can walk on water. That's hilarious. Dromar family, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm in Bora Bora today. Dromar family, this is when you're supposed to laugh your head off at me. Literally, we were in London, England yesterday. Today we're up in Bora Bora. My wife got... I'm good. How you doing, Dromar family? It's nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming. Joe got upset with... Not upset. I did some panning through it. We live in a townhouse. I did some panning through the kitchen to the living room on the weekend, and it showed a little bit of the mess that myself and the kids made, and she wasn't too happy with it. So she said I wasn't allowed to do that anymore, walk through where it hadn't been cleaned up. So she said, in the meantime, I want the kitchen. Usually you see me film in the kitchen, and this is where we still are, but she wanted two images. So we had London, England yesterday, and Bora Bora or something like that. Some kind of tropical island. Just an image so it doesn't show the backdrop. The earth be flat. Yeah, Keg, exactly. Let's see. Yes, Steve, you never know what you're going to get till you usually going to get something ridiculous with me. Dismas Donder Dave says, if the earth was flat, cats could have been pushed... would have pushed everything off the edge by now. Oh gosh, Dave, you were 100% right on that. Cutting Board's asking, how's everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. You know what? We've been on here 80 minutes so far, if you can believe, and I thought it's went pretty well. You know, I've had a great time talking to everybody. It's been a good afternoon. Yeah, I never find that it isn't, but you know, some days are better than others. Some days you have a good day and a bad day, but you know what? I can't complain at all. It's been a great afternoon. The Cake says, laugh a lot, Dave, but gotta get it over the ice wall. Oh gosh. Dromar family looks beautiful. Need to learn how to do it. Also love it. Yes, Dromar family. Honestly, it's just since we do live in a townhouse, we don't have a lot of places to go. If it was a house, I might have a place to put. When we had the house years ago, it was a different story. But when we had to move, this is where we are.